Hello, you guys. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to show you how to make this delicious, totally vegan Mexican dish that consists of rice, potatoes, and a vegan meat. So if you want to learn, stay tuned, you guys. Okay, y'all. So you're going to take your favorite potatoes. I use Idaho, and we're going to wash them. Here's what you're gonna need: some fresh tomatoes or tomato sauce, garlic, a blender, onion, jalapeno, the actual rice. Here's my blender I got at Walmart. And you're gonna need this seasoning as well. So I checked and it doesn't have no chicken broth, nothing that's animal or dairy. So it's totally fine to use. If you use tomatoes, like just tomatoes, I use two. You could also use a can, and you can use jarred garlic or a garlic. And if not, just use a tomato sauce. And we're gonna put it all in this blender. So I chopped some onion and I put 2 tomatoes. I'm not gonna use the sauce this time. Yeah, so put it all in the blender. Use the garlic, the onion, and here, as you can see, you can use about a half a spoonful of this garlic. It could be equivalent to one little teeth of garlic. And we're gonna use that seasoning that's totally vegan. It's a powder and it gives it so much flavor. So there's no the chicken broth little cubes that you need to use. This is all you need. And I'm gonna put a little water just so it could be able to blend. You don't want to put a lot of water unless you measured your rice with your water. This is okay, so this is the measurements. So for each little cup of rice, you're gonna use 2 of water. So any container of rice, like let's say you use 2 cups of rice, you use 4 cups of water, or 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of water. You double your portion. That's what I'm trying to say. Oh my God, I can't talk today. So I usually use 2 little things. It could be any container as long as you keep the same size for the water. So I use 2 cups of rice. So I'm gonna use that same little bowl dish and use 2 cups of that. Yeah, so now I got a little oil, any type of oil, and you just wanna stir fry your rice until it's nice and golden. Don't burn it. Now we're gonna add our water. Like I said, since I used 2 cups of rice of the same measurement, I'm gonna use 4 cups of that water. So now I'm putting everything that I blended in the blender, the tomato and all that. I'm putting it on, and as soon as I put that on, I'm gonna do the 4 cups of water for the 2 cups of rice, if that makes sense. Yeah, so you wanna stir everything. Make sure every little grain of rice is covered by this sauce and this water, so it could cook. If not, I mean, it's not gonna cook if you don't cover it, you know? You don't want no little pieces like being missed because they're gonna be hard. And if your pot closes all the way, that's good. Mine doesn't. So I use a cloth. And I use a cloth and then I put the lid. This secures that all the steam gets in there. And once the rice, you're gonna bring this sauce and rice to boil. Then you're gonna lower the heat to 2. And here I'm showing you how I close the rice. So here we have it a little more than half. And now I'm gonna put it on number 2, or the low setting. Now I'm cutting up your favorite potatoes. Cut up your favorite potatoes. This is how I cut them. So you get a full potato, you split it in half, and that half you cut in half until you have 4 parts. And then each little part I cut diagonally and then horizontally, depending on how big you want your potatoes. So this is how I do it. You can cut it any way you want, but this is how I cut my potatoes. Now, you want to wash your potatoes, get all that starch out. You know, we don't want to get big and fat. So I'm rinsing them off. This is how I cook the potatoes. So it reduces the time. I put a paper bag over it, make sure it doesn't have any holes. This one did have a hole, so I'm going to get another bag and cover it. And we're going to put it in the microwave for about 5 minutes. And this cooks the potatoes kind of almost all the way. All you got to do is put them in the pan and stir fry them for a little bit and they'll be done. It reduces the time. Anyways, this is Morning Star vegan meat. It's not real meat. I know it looks like ground beef, but it's not. But it tastes so good, you guys. It almost tastes like the real thing. So I'm adding a little oil just so it could cook and simmer. And now we're going to check on the rice. So it's been 20 minutes. I forgot to tell you. Don't open it whatsoever. After 20 minutes, you want to check it. And if it looks like it's cooked all the way, you can go ahead and stir it a little bit. It's not recommended to stir it, but I stir it because I want to mix the sauce. So just stir it a little bit. Close it back up. Turn off the fire and set it to the side. Now, I'm going to chop some jalapenos, some onions to give the potatoes and the ground beef the little guiso that we're making some flavor. So if you don't like jalapenos, skip this step. If you don't like spiciness or onions, just skip this step. It'll still be delicious as long as you put salt and pepper or whatever. But here I'm using the same technique as cutting the potatoes. So yeah. Now we're gonna cook that meat, vegan meat, a little bit until it gets soft. And now we're adding the chopped onions and jalapenos to give it flavor and some spiciness. I love it. Okay, you guys, here are the potatoes. Let me tell you that, oh, be careful, don't sue me. Like when you get this bag off, a lot of vapor is gonna go in your face. Here, I'm checking it. Make sure you check it. If it's still hard, pop it back up. But they're good already. All I gotta do is stir them up a little bit, maybe like 5 more minutes. Let them get a little caramelized and brown. Add salt and pepper. Stir it back up. And in a few minutes, this should be what you get. It looks so delicious, you guys. And here is the final rice. Look at how delicious it looks, you guys. So now you're gonna get a comal. This is what we use in Mexico to heat up tortillas. So here I'm grabbing some tortillas. This is corn tortillas, and I'm putting them in the fire. And as they cook, I'm gonna serve the rice. So I'm scooping a little bit. Doesn't that look delicious? And it's beautiful. I didn't pick at the lid, so it cooked beautifully. It looks even. It cooked even. And every time I put a cloth, it works better because the vapor traps in there. And it just cooks beautifully, you guys. Now we're taking some of that guiso, some of that ground beef with potatoes. Vegan ground beef with potatoes. And oh my God. And yeah, I'm serving this. You can make tacos. You can eat it just like that. Really delicious, you guys. But I feel like we're missing something. I feel like we need some like avocado to go with it. Don't you think, you guys? Or something, maybe a sauce. No, I think I'm gonna go with an avocado. I've had these for a while. I just hope they're not, oh, they're brown. So yeah, I'm only gonna take the green part. I know my mom says they taste the same, but no. The brown part always tastes kind of bitter. I don't know. I don't like it. So here I'm flipping the tortillas. You want to make sure they're cooked all the way. Make sure they're not hard. Or when you fold them, if they break, they're not ready. But anyways, you guys, here's the final look. Doesn't it look delicious? Let's ask my fiance. Mama! How do you like your vegan food?
It looks good, man. Thank you.
It does? Mm-hmm. I cooked it with lots of love.
Thank you.
My baby approves.